This is JB, and we are back with part two with married and abusive relationships. So I think we left off talking about you going to his house, and this was 20 years before you even thought about it. So take me through your mindset when you first wondering why you've never been to his house or why you can't go to his house. Like, was he married?
At the time, he was telling me that he was separated, that him and his wife were not together. So I never really questioned him. I believed everything he said.
Okay, okay, that's understandable. You believed him. That's understandable, and never really questioned it.
I never
Okay.
questioned it.
Hmm. Never been to his house, and so he got upset. Now, did you give him a key to your house
Every house,
or
apartment
apartment?
I've ever lived in, he had keys.
Okay. Every single one.
Every single one.
Okay. So, did he try to control you?
Yes.
In what way?
If I said I was going to a family function, he wanted to know how long I was going to be there, what time was I going to come home, and who was all there.
Oh, he'll be there waiting on you.
He'll be at my house waiting on me, or he'll tell me, like, well, if I say I'm going to a cookout and the cookout starts at 6, he'll say, well, I'll be at your house at 8. So
Wow.
you need to be at home by 8.
So this now, did he try to isolate you from your friends and family?
Yes, a lot of the people who I went to school with, I still keep contact with, but we're like, it's not a strain. It's more so like they look at me like, oh, she's not gonna come out. She's not, cause that's how I did it in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I never went out. They would invite me places, and I would be like, oh, no thanks. And
And why was that?
the whole time it was because I didn't want to hear his mouth. I didn't
Mm.
want to hear him say, why are you hanging with them?
Mm.
Like, why are you going out?
So he was trying to control your friends and family, how long you can be out. He know he couldn't stop you from going,
Right.
but he trying to make you feel bad about it,
Yeah.
playing on your insecurities,
Yes.
isolating you from friends and family. That is classic abuser. Classic,
Yes.
classic abuser. Now, what is in your mind, the worst thing he did to you?
The worst thing he did to me was.
And it don't have to be the worst. It could be, a couple things or whatever,
No, the one thing I deemed to be the worst thing he did to me was one year. I'm not gonna say the year. He and I was going through a really rough patch. This is when everything came full circle, and this is when I started backing away from him. And he was afraid to come to my house because at this time, this is when I find out that the wife is still in the picture, and
Okay.
he was concerned about her driving past my house and possibly seeing his car. So the worst thing he did to me was he would make me come out in the cold, snowy weather, knowing that I can't drive in the snow,
Mm.
and make me do him in the car.
Make you do what?
Do him in the car.
He made you?
Yeah.
Mm. And if you didn't, he'd just talk shit?
Talk shit or wouldn't talk to me at all or tell me like, he just made me feel like shit if I did.
Mm. That is some fuckboy shit.
That's the worst thing he did, like mentally to the point. That's when everything get me shifted. Like when I just started withdrawing.
Okay. Good. He did this multiple times?
For a whole winter.
The whole winter.
Well,
He would have you come outside in the cold. He make you drive somewhere or just
yeah,
walk out your door?
meet him somewhere. It can be a side street.
Mm. Now, did he return the favor at least?
No.
Wow. Just come get his rocks off and go home.
Yeah.
Real abusive. Mm. And you knew it was wrong, but you just didn't want to hear his mouth.
I knew it was wrong, but at that time, my self-esteem was so shot
Mm-hmm.
that I was willing to do whatever
It took
to
to
keep him.
keep him. Gotcha. That is understandable. That is understandable.
So if he said do it, I did it. And
Hmm.
it wasn't until I just, one day I just said, like, what the hell am I doing? Like, I'm too old for this. I got my own place. Why am I in the car?
Mm-hmm. Good. Good for you. Good for you for waking up and finally doing it. You know, waking up and making that change. That now, was there a moment where you were just like, "Fuck him, I don't need him," or was it like, if he mad, he just mad? Which one?
The moment was, like, he got mad at me because he realized that I had started dating. And he would label the people, if I went on a date with someone, he would call them, example, loser teacher dude. And I didn't understand the title.
Loser teacher dude.
Loser teacher.
This a grown ass man. How old is this cat?
65.
60. Oh Lord have mercy.
65.
65.
He would refer to him as a loser teacher dude. So even like I'm not gonna call him loser teacher dude. We're gonna call him R. So R and I were like together probably for about a good 10 months.
That's not even a long time.
Right, it was 10 months, and then like probably everything shifted probably 3 months before it was actually over with, because subject A knew about him, and he used to always be like, well, you're going over loser teacher dude house, oh, I'm gonna be at your house, I'm gonna see if you really at home. So he made me actually afraid to even spend time with him, for fear that he would be at my house or he would be stalking me. So I started to withdraw from him, like not come around as much and not spend time with him.
Still isolating you from people.
Yeah, so it was a time when R and I wasn't even like hot and heavy anymore. We was just friends, and subject A didn't know that. So he decided that he couldn't do it no more. So he walked away. Like he said, he couldn't do it no more. So he walked away. He was gone for a month. 30 days later, he pops back up like ain't nothing happened.
This is R.
No, this is subject A.
Okay.
The abuser. He pops up like nothing happened. Like, hey, how's it going? He's like, I was just thinking about you.
He got some big balls.
So he was basically explaining that the reason he walked away because he wanted to give me time to work things with dude. And I was like, no. I realized then, like, you walked away because you couldn't take me dating, and because whatever's going on in your home life, you're not happy, so you was coming back to me to get your sexual fulfillment. That's what that was. So it shifted.
It shifted, and you recognize what it was.
I recognized it early on. Like I just looked at him different.
Did you still let him do it?
I let him think that things were
the same,
that he still had that control over me. Then like I really just started like unloading how I was feeling over the last year or so before we actually called it quits. Like I just started telling him what was really on my mind and how it was affecting me, and he sometimes didn't know how to accept it. He would just come up with an excuse. Like, I mean, it went so far as that he would lie to me about little dumb stuff. Like, he would tell me that he's on vacation and he's just gonna sit at home and watch TV and not do much. The whole time he out of town with his wife.
Wow.
And he didn't know that. I was like driving past his house and I would be like, the car hasn't moved. You're not there. Like, you haven't moved your car. Like, the tires haven't moved. Like, I was watching the car.
Okay.
House.
So you was stalking that nigga. Lightweight. Okay, watch it. Okay. He didn't think you would do nothing like that.
Oh,
I think
he just didn't know that I would come. Like, I wouldn't sit in front of the house. I would sit like a couple houses back, or sit on
Okay.
the side street.
Private
and
investigator.
just watch.
Say the car ain't moved. I think we'll pause here and give Mary a break because it's been a lot tonight. And we'll come back for part 3 at a later date. But Mary, thank you for sharing your experience and being so open. I know it can't be easy, you know, to share some of these things, but you might be able to help another young lady who may be going through. So part 3 will be the conclusion. We'll finish up. Let you give some parting words to some young lady who may be in your position or maybe about to go in your position. And then we're gonna talk about after you got out. What you did to survive, to get out and to stay out, and we'll do that in part 3. So thanks again, Mary.